Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am excited for today's video because we are doing something that I've only done once before, and that is asking AI to pick out a full face of makeup for me. My last video, you guys had given me different suggestions for different types of videos with AI, and today we are doing a full face of glam makeup for date night with Luke. But you guys, before we jump into it, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications of new videos, and if you like this video, make sure you hit a big thumbs up. But if you want to see how I got this look using AI to pick a full face of makeup, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, we are back at it again. I've done this once before, and I had AI pick out my makeup, and I gave it parameters like 39 years old, oily skin, pores, minimize fine lines. This time I asked it to pick out a glam full face of makeup. I did not give it age specifications, skin conditions, anything like that. I just wanted to see what it would choose. So starting out for eyeshadow, and I was like, what? Really? So for eyeshadow, it picked, and I asked for 3 different variations. So it gave me Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, which I actually had just decluttered out of my collection, but hadn't given it to anyone yet, so it's still here. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, which I don't know if I've ever owned that palette. And then the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk eyeshadow palette, which I also don't own, and I don't know if it's still available. I kind of want to see, because I do like my Huda Beauty palettes. But when I was thinking full glam, what? Naked Heat? This is also a palette that I had never used and decluttered out of my collection. I'd purchased it, I kept seeing it. It's pretty. I will definitely give it that. But I've never honestly used this. So we're going to use it today. I did already prime my eyes. I didn't ask for an eyeshadow primer. Every time I've used the AI for it, it always gives me the same one, which is the Urban Decay Potion Primer. It's okay. It's not my favorite. I like my P. Louise base because it cancels out my veins. So we did not use it to pick out an eyeshadow primer. Now looking at this color story, I kind of want to start out with a tan shade in the crease just to keep the darker shades under control. So I'm going to use the shade Sauced. This I'm going to pick up on my fluffy crease brush, and everything leans pretty red. There is Ashes, which is kind of like a purpley shade. We're still watching Marley, and he is on the other side of the door. He's trying to get in. He's really clumsy right now. Okay, so ever so slightly, just right here in the crease. And when I'm thinking like full glam for date night, I'm not thinking Naked Heat. Like, I like smoky and sultry. So this is actually making me get out of my comfort zone for like full glam date night makeup. Going into the shade In Fuego. And this one, Luke's trying to get Marley to come downstairs. He came back, his ship got back yesterday. So we're gonna kind of do like a day date type of thing today, but Marley will follow me around and not Luke. But Dixon's been snuggling with his dad. All right, I'm gonna put this in the outer V and bring it into the crease. And Marley's parents are coming back today, so we're gonna drop him off, or they're gonna pick him up later on. But he's been my little shadow. I'm using my fluffy crease brush because I want it to kind of be like small disbursement of this shade. I don't want it to be super intense. I think I'm going to use the purpley shade to like deepen up the outer corner. So I still get the tan. I have a little bit of the red. And now I'm going to use the shade Ashes. This one I'm going to pick up on my pencil brush. I'm going to place it where I want it in the outer V and then blend it in a little bit more with my compacted smudge brush. I'm just going to switch to my compacted smudge brush. For some reason, it doesn't, like, it'll pat into place, but it's kind of disappearing. I do like that. I've got a little bit of smokiness, a little bit drug through the crease area, not too intense. I still have that red and the tan on the outside. And of course, after we do base products, we'll go back and finesse the eyeshadow and everything. But starting off, good start. All right, I'm gonna swatch the shimmers because I don't know like which one I want to use. Ooh, that one is very intense. I'm gonna use the shade Lumbre. Alright. I think Scorched is just too dark for what I want to do today. I like the smokiness, but I also still want a lighter shade right here. It's really pretty, but I also understand why I decluttered this palette out of my collection. It's pretty. I like the color story, but it's not something I'm going to gravitate towards. Let me let Marley in just a second. You guys, I opened the door and Luca's like, is Marley up there? I was like, yeah. He was like, Marley, come here. And he was like, oh, there's a human downstairs. So he went to hang out with Luke and Dixon. Oh, man. All right. I like this. Like, there's not really a lighter shimmer shade. I am going to deviate from what AI picked. I think I'm going to grab, what is this? More Pie, Please. This is from Kylie. This is one of her like older formulas. It's kind of like the Marc Jacobs Scattered Lights and all that. Or is that? I can't keep them straight. There's just so many. So I'm going to pick this up on my ring finger. Look how, it's so stunning. And I haven't used this in a while. It's still just so nice and smooth. I'm going to tap that on top, just to give it a little bit of shine and depth. Schnazzed it up a little bit. Okay, now on to primers, and it recommended the Tatcha Silk Canvas Protective Primer. I've tried it. It wasn't my favorite. I really wanted to try it because I really like Tatcha products. I do have their setting powder, but that was not something that they recommended. But they also have the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, which I used last time. I like it. It's not my favorite. And then the Benefit Professional Face Primer. I have the Hydrate Primer, so we're going to use the Benefit Professional. And it's been a while since I've used this. I can't remember if I'm like in love with it, but I didn't declutter it, so I have to have liked it. And it's just kind of like a nude shade. Now, the Hydrate could be bad because it's like 92 degrees out right now. But I do also like Benefit products. And I've been talking about how I like to have my skin, even in the summer, hydrated and juicy because I use, mattifying products elsewhere. So I want my skin to look nice and glowy, and then once I set it, the glow goes away. But my makeup just looks beautiful the rest of the day and the night. So I do like that they're recommending makeup products that I haven't used in a while. It makes me dig into my collection. Whereas when I do Shop My Stash, I'm like, ooh, that looks good. I've used it recently. Whatever. This is making me dig for things that I haven't used. The downside is some things are discontinued. And we'll talk about it. For foundation, suggested the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation, which I have. I really love this one. The NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I don't have that in my collection. It was so glowy and the last time I tried it, but for me, it wasn't my favorite. I love the light reflecting. That one works well with my skin. It stays beautiful all day. It's very long lasting. I thought about grabbing that and be like, oh, I'll just sub it in. And I was like, no, let's stick to the list. And then the other one is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Never tried it. I might pick it up because it's on this list and try it out in a future video. But we're going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I have mine in shade 3N1 Ivory Beige. This is my lighter shade. I have 3N2, which is, I think, Wheat. There's part of me that's like, okay, I also have other cream products that I want to talk about. So I have the, let's see, for contour, the Fenty Match Stick, which the last ChatGPT Picks My Makeup, it recommended this, which is why I picked it up. Wait, no. Was it this? Or was it... No, it was Best of Sephora or Ulta, one of those videos, and I picked this up again. So, Fenty Beauty Matchstick, which is what I'm going to use because I don't have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. I think I've decluttered that. And then the KVD Beauty Shade and Light Contour Palette. Never owned it. So, we're going to use the Fenty Beauty Matchstick. And then for concealer, the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Grab this one out. It's the number 1 on here. But then the next two I have in my collection. The NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Love it. It's beautiful. It's so hydrating under the eyes. And the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circle Concealer. Really like that one. Repurchased it in a better shade because the one that I had was so light. And I was like, ooh, I am looking like Casper the Ghost under my eyes right now. So we're going to go ahead and do these. And then for setting powder, which last time I forgot to ask for it and I remembered it this time. Number 1 is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. And I was like, ooh, I had the Ultra Blur too. And I was like, no, we're going to stick with the original. But then it also has the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. I use that literally every day. And the RCMA No Color Powder. Never used it. Don't have it in my collection. So I do want to pick that up. I always see it on other YouTubers' videos. And I was like, I should go get that. So I might. So now that takes care of the next 4 products. Let's go ahead and dive in and see. And there's also given my primer time to like soak in and dry up. Like soak into my skin and do what it's supposed to do before I put makeup on it. Words are hard sometimes. I do love this. The pump is sold separately. So if you like a pump and not pouring it onto your fingers or just making a mess of it, we'll start there, and if we need to add more, we can. This is a really good buildable foundation. It will literally stay in place all day, even through the elements. I've talked about it in previous videos where I've used it. I would just do the most in this foundation when I was up in Great Lakes as an RDC or drill instructor in other branches. But there's a reason this foundation is a cult favorite. It has not been taken out of the Estee Lauder line. The downside to putting my earrings on first is that I end up getting makeup all over them. I need to do like Tati does and like put her makeup or put her jewelry on after she does her makeup. Like she'll go into her foundation and then contour and everything and then put her earrings on. And I'm like, I need to remember to do that. I also need to clean. I think there's a couple spots where I could use just a smidge more, not too much. Just like right through here. All right, into the Fenty matchstick. I have mine in shade Mocha. So easy to blend out. Then into my Tarte Shape Tape. I have it in the shade Light Medium, 29N. You honestly don't need a lot of this. There were a couple of YouTubers a while back that I would watch and I was like, that's so much. But I also know like I can't cake it on under my eye because my like eye crease. I just don't like a lot of product under there. Otherwise it looks cakey and crunchy and gross. It just looks so good. And then into the Laura Mercier. Set everything before you try all the powder. Somehow, someway, I always get the little like creases up here. Okay, let's finish off the under eye before we start getting into all the other powders. Okay, I'm going to go into the shade Sauced. This is going to be picked up on my little tiny compacted smudge brush. Place it the entire length under the eye. And then into the shade In Fuego, ever so slightly. Okay, I am going to go on my fluffy crease brush into the shade Sauced and just on the outer edge. Into In Fuego, just ever so slightly. Because I want it to be in the crease, but not overpower Sauced. And now for Ashes. Right here, just to put it back into the outer V. Now, for bronzer. It says Benefit Hoola Matte Bronzer. I used that in the last video. So I was looking at the other two. There's the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Matte Bronzer, which I picked up. I used to have the milk chocolate because it was very fair. So I picked up the regular Chocolate Soleil. I really like this one and it smells like chocolate. And then the NARS Bronzing Powder. It doesn't say what shade. It just says NARS Bronzing. I do have Laguna and I just did a video using the NARS Laguna. So I figured I would stick with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil for today. It's fairly fresh. And I haven't been using a lot of powder bronzers lately. So I was like, okay, this is just switching it up a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't even know what that was. Just a little bit of bronze. Nothing too crazy. And then for blush, and this one I was like, oh, okay, I haven't used this in a while. First one up was the NARS Blush in Orgasm, which I have like the oversized. Then I had the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso, and I was just talking about how I recently used it, and because of like the shimmer in it, it seemed to show all the texture. Even if it was just like a little bit of texture, it showed everything. And then the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. This doesn't have a shade, it just said Tarte Amazonian. I chose to do the NARS in Orgasm because it is a cult favorite. It is a beautiful, beautiful blush. I had one of the like face palettes that had Orgasm, Laguna, and a highlighter. I hit pan on that. And the bronzer. I used it nonstop. I traveled with it all the time. So I was like, okay, I can declutter the other one that I was hitting pan on. It was almost gone anyways. And I kept the oversized. Do I need all this blush? Probably not. I haven't used it in a while. It is a really pretty shade though. I do have the liquid, which I just recently used and really liked. And I even thought about it, I was like, okay, well, if it's saying it for powder, maybe I should put it on as cream and then do the powder on top. And I was like, no, we'll do that again in a future video where I just layer all the blushes. And I'm just tapping it on. I'm not like swirling it or anything. I'm just tapping it into place. Which is also like messing with my nerves for my nose. I really do need to do the video on my double jaw TMJ surgery that I had a couple years ago. And I need to because there's actually, I have a couple appointments coming up after going to ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctor. There's some things going on with my nose, and that surgery, it led to this. When I know more and I have my like follow-up appointments in the next 2 weeks, I'll do that video. But there's some things that I'm dealing with right now that I'm just kind of like, ugh, I wish I wasn't, like in preparation for going to Germany, like I wish I wasn't dealing with this. But I'm also like, at least they found it, and it is what it is. I'll deal with it as it comes, and there's nothing I can do about it until I get back. But right now, like the nerve endings right here affect my nose and make it itch. So but I knew that was going to happen too. They even said they're like, some of your nerve endings are going to get crossed when they heal back. Like you'll get feeling eventually. It could take 5 years or 10 years, and it took a while for some of them. But every time I do my blush on this side, this part of my nose like itches. It is a really pretty shade. You guys, I am seeing so much freaking texture. And I notice it because I dermaplane now. Maybe I just need to stop dermaplaning and just let the hair be there. Like, who decided we needed to shave our faces? My hair is like fairly blonde, so I don't know. Anyways, that's a whole different conversation. Highlighter, you guys, I saw this and I was like, this gives me a reason to use it in a video because it is discontinued and you can no longer get it, and some people still have it in their collections. Alright, so the first one is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Highlighter. I do have that one. It is really pretty. Now Becca is from Smashbox, so it's Smashbox X Becca because they have the shade Champagne Pop in their collection. I have it still. I have the original, like when it was still Becca. But that's, if you're looking for the Becca Champagne Pop, you'll find it under Smashbox. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy Highlighter. I use this when I am not filming, just so I can use it because it is a stunning highlighter. And then the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter. Also like that one. I have a couple of them in my collection. I have different shades. But the Amrezy, like, it's just so good. Look how, just in the pan, it's stunning. And that is what it's going to look like on the face. I'm just excited I get to use it in a video because AI told me to use it. Alright, so this is going to go in the inner corner, the brow bone, and on the cheeks. Because originally and I wasn't following Anastasia Beverly Hills or any of it when the original highlighter got released. It was a re-release, and I was like, ooh, I should pick that up. It's really pretty. And also, I had just started my channel. So I picked it up, and they're like, oh, it's a limited release. And I'm like, oh, I just got this new highlighter. And everyone's like, girl, it's already been out. I was new. I'm still in love with it. I still use it all the time. I will travel with it quite a bit. Even though it kind of looks like champagne and gold, it, like, depending on where you are in the light, it has a different, like, shift, kind of. It's not a duo, it's not a shifting, it looks different in different lighting. But it looks beautiful. When I was fair, it was really pretty. When I, like, have a tan, it's still very pretty. Like, it is one of those, like, universal highlighter shades, kind of. And I love it. I am here for it. Because I don't think I like the primer underneath this. Like, it's really up here, like, I don't like it. I don't like my makeup right now. I think I'm going to use that primer one more time with another, like, foundation and see. But I don't like how my skin looks after using that primer. And I've used different primers and foundations yesterday and didn't have this much texture. Even though I, like, did dermaplane. Like, it's so weird. What had happened? Did I do my brows? I don't remember. Did I do my brows on? It doesn't look like it. I think I just get my brow bone and just went to my eyes. Or my cheeks. Sorry guys, I was responding to my mom's text message. I had sent my mom and dad a text message about, like, some of the things that Luke and I have talked about for, like, the wedding. I'm not really going to discuss that. I'm not there yet. As we get further along, we're just in the, like, beginning stages of planning or even discussing. And mostly it's been me, like, doing some research and getting some ideas and, like, putting them out into ether with him. And he's like, okay, yeah, I agree to this. And I am okay with that. But I sent them a text message kind of about, like, the decision Luke had made about his suit. My mom does not like the decision because... So, I want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, maybe it'll be a video, like... Do you guys want a video later on, like, the planning process? Let me know. I will talk about it. Right now, it's funny. People have opinions. It's hilarious. All right, let's talk about, I think we're on to brows now. All right, so for brows, Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I have been using that nonstop. I actually just ran out. That is in the rubbish bin. The Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, which is what I'm going to end up using. And then the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil. I don't have it. I have the NYX Lift and Snatch. It's the brow tint pen. I only like this once I, like, kind of figured it out. But it's also, if I'm in a hurry, this doesn't turn out right. If I'm, like, got time to just be steady and flick it just ever so gently, I'm good with this. Otherwise, I can't. Because if I'm in a hurry, it's too thick and it looks crazy. So we're going to do the Benefit Precisely My. And then for brow gel, I said the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I don't think I have that in my collection. I do know that I have, like, I have e.l.f. I don't think I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. And then the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus Volumizing Eyebrow Gel, which I have, and it's in the shade, what is it? 3. And I think my brow pencil is also in shade 3. So make sure you get, like, matching shades. They go together. And then it also has the Glossier Boy Brow, which I've never used and didn't think about picking up. So we're going to use these today for brows. We're just going to try and make them look related. Not identical, just in the same family. I always like to push these ones forward just so I can see, like, the angle and where they start, and then guide your pencil along the side of your nose, and then that gives you your starting point. But brows also don't go straight up and down. Mine have like a natural flare out when they're brushed. So I like to see like where that's at to start my brows. You guys, I will say, I also don't want this channel to just turn into, oh my god, I'm getting married, and just bride content. I get it, like, it's not everyone's cup of tea. But I will share some stuff with you. Just let me know what you guys want to see, or like maybe it'll just be like, hey, here's an update. Because a lot of things are going to get put on hold because I have my augment to Germany, which is 8 months long, and Luke, as soon as I get back, like a couple weeks later, he's gone for deployment for about 6 months. So things are not going to happen until like 2025, like the end of it, or the beginning of 2026 as far as the wedding is. And those are things that he and I have also already discussed because of like work and like military requirements. I'm also not trying to overwhelm him. Like, planning is not his forte. So I'm slowly asking and like gathering intel and like trying to just make it as simple as possible for him and me. Okay, so this brow is starting to look put together. I can never get this one to be identical to this one. Like, this one's a little bit thicker than this one right now. Do they look identical? Probably not. Now, the Gimme Brow Plus. I'm going to drag it backwards. Because the other thing is, anywhere that I missed, when I like brush this in place, I'm going to see it. And I can go and fix that like sparse area. You guys, the amount of texture that I'm seeing on something that was supposed to be like pore helping, and I didn't use my Tarte Timeless. Alright, Waterline Eyeliner. It's like it knows me. The Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil. One of my favorites. Absolutely love this. The other one makes me so sad because even though they hinted it was coming back, the brand has not came back. The Marc Jacobs Beauty Highliner Gel Eye Crayon. I would absolutely use that if it was available. I have not seen Marc Jacobs come back yet. Has anyone else? Have you seen like hints at it? Because it was hinted, I think, at the end of last year. And I want it back. And then the NYX Professional Makeup Slim Eye Pencil. Do I have that here somewhere? I don't remember. For liquid liner, the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. Absolutely love that one. The Stylist Stay All Day. Love that one too. And then the Fenty Beauty Fly Liner. I haven't used this one in a while and I have a spare. I literally have a container back here. This drawer right here is all my spare liquid liners in the shade black. I have color ones too, but I was like, oh, I have one, let's use it. Because I know I just threw out 2 that had dried up. And then mascara. First one is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I am using this one, but I'm also going to use the primer. The Benefit They're Real Lengthening Mascara. I have that one, haven't used it recently. And then the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, which is also very good. So we're going to go ahead, do all of this off camera, and then I will come back for lips and setting spray. Okay, you guys. I remember why I love the Fenty Fly Liner. It is so easy to use, went on beautifully. I'm so glad I still had it in my collection. Brand new, never opened. I love Fenty liner. All right, now we are on to setting spray. So the first one is the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. Mine is completely gone, but I do have the Ultra Matte. I had purchased it, never opened it, so we're going to use that one today. The MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, absolutely love that. The Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, used that last time. So beautiful, just a very fine mist. Goes on continuously. You literally press a button and you don't even have to keep going, which is really annoying, right? So we're going to use this one. I did just use the Scandinavia in my, I think it was the one where I used the NARS Summer Palette. It's literally sitting on my desk right now. But 2010, they paired with Urban Decay and came up with the original all-nighter setting spray. This one is beautiful. I picked up the bridal one when they gave me the option, and I also have their regular setting spray. Both are really good, but I was like, bridal, okay, I need something that's gonna last. And this stayed. My makeup looked beautiful, even going out in the high heat. It is so humid here, it just like melts, but my makeup stayed put, and I love that. So today we're gonna use the all-nighter Ultra Matte, and I want my makeup to stay, even though I'm not liking like right here where I can see my pores and some of my texture. It's not cute, but never been used before. It always has like the double cap, which is interesting because like in my suitcase, this will always come off. So then I always still have this one. Interesting, but you can keep both in whatever, or just the weird things. All right, gotta start this off. Oh, so good. I just want it to like melt into my skin. Why does it, what in the, I've never used this one before. What the heck is happening? We need to press that in. I'm assuming it's like powder or something to help like mattify. What the actual, that is like a makeup flop right there. Because it's even on my eyelid. Like, what is going on? Make sure to shake it. I don't know, like, did I not shake it enough? Well, okay, for lips. So for lip liner, it said the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat. I had a couple different shades. I did Pillow Talk. I also had the medium 2. And then there was another one. It was deeper. I was like, I think I want to keep it nude, especially with this eye. Then it was the MAC Lip Pencil, which I really like. I have the shade Whirl and then a couple other ones. The NYX Professional Makeup Slim Lip. Have a couple of those. It's so good for being drugstore. And honestly, I want to say all of this is, I don't think any of this is drugstore today. Lipstick, it had the MAC Matte Lipstick in Ruby Woo. This one had a shade and I was like, I don't want to do red today. Then the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution Lipstick. I have the little like sampler in Pillow Talk, so matching lip liner and lipstick. And then the Fenty Beauty Stunna Lip Paint. I have a couple of those. I don't want a liquid lipstick today. For lip gloss. And I was like, do I want lip gloss? But I really like this shiny lip. So it had the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer. Love those. They're so good. Just used them recently. The Buxom Full On Plumping Lip Cream. So good on the lips. And then the Dior Addict Lip Maximizer, which is what I chose to pick out. I had the shade, what is this, Rosewood? 012. I think this is Rosewood. So we're going to go ahead, line our lips. guys, I just realized I have, oh no. That is, I'm gonna have to change my shirt. Let me go ahead, finish my lips, and then I'm gonna change my shirt because that, what the heck? Okay, the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I like the little sampler. I just don't go through lip stuff, period, so quickly. I love her lipsticks, they're so creamy. And then the Dior Lip Maximizer. All right, let me go change my shirt, fix my hair, and I'll come back with the final look. Okay, you guys, I am back and this is the final look. Maybe I should have just worn this shirt to start out and I wouldn't have seen those little white dots from the setting spray. Oh my goodness. I've never used it before, so I didn't even realize like that was gonna happen. I'll try it again. Like maybe I'll just put something over me to make sure like it doesn't ruin my clothes. But that was the weirdest thing. Anyways, we're here for the makeup, right? I like how my makeup turned out. I don't know, like, I think I'm still decluttering the Naked Heat palette. It's pretty, it's just, I have other palettes that have similar color stories and I like their eyeshadows better. I also like that they have lighter, like, shimmer shades in there. I know why I decluttered this. It is a pretty palette. I do like Urban Decay. I have other ones that I like more. But otherwise, my makeup, I think it's pretty. The other thing that I don't like is right here. I'm seeing the texture on my skin and that is probably the primer. I didn't have that issue when I used my double wear with other primers. I've been using the NYX and there's another one that I've been using that have like the hydration and then my Tarte Timeless right through here on my porous areas and then on my lines. I didn't use the Tarte Timeless today and I'm kind of bummed that I didn't. I should have. It is one of the things that I still reach for that I know does a trick in kind of securing this area to be nice and smooth. Other than that, I like the shades and the products that it picked out. The bronzer isn't too intense. It's just kind of a nice dusting of color. I love the Fenty Matchstick, the NARS Orgasm Blush. This lip combo is really pretty. I love the shininess of the Dior Maximizer on top of the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Although I haven't tried it with the Pillow Talk, was it Lipgasm that she put out? So I'm interested to try that out. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. Have you used any of the AI generating systems to do anything? Whether it's picking out your makeup or planning a trip. I've done it for a couple different things and I'm always surprised because there's sometimes things in there that I wasn't expecting. And then this is actually having me dive into my collection and use things I haven't used in a while and maybe realize that I should have gotten rid of something that was in my collection, like the primer. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. We'll have that conversation down in the comments. Before you leave, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.